happy birthday, Beyoncé.
First order of business is a happy 39th birthday to the untouched, the unmatched, the unclocked, the slayer of the stage and the snatcher of wigs everywhere. She is the queen of the Recording Industry Association of America, a wife and mother of three. She is 1/3 of the music trinity known as Destiny's Child, the uh-oh lady herself, Miss Beyoncé Giselle Knowles Carter. Happy birthday. You know, we needed something to celebrate because last week was trash. Well, this past week, it kind of made up for it because there was a lot of uplifting and positive things. Just things that kind of were good for the culture. This past week, we saw the Brandy and Monica Verzuz battle, and I'm going to talk on that later. But that was really dope. We had a really dope New Music Friday this Friday and last Friday. There was a lot of good returns. There was a lot of returns from artists who have been on hiatus for a good minute. Jasmine Sullivan, she returned after a 5-year hiatus. And all I gotta say is, Jasmine Sullivan, you would not ever be gone for that long. Because her last album was like January of 2015. So yeah, I get, needing a break or whatnot, but 5 years, ma'am, that's too long. Don't do that to me again, please. So yeah, Jasmine Sullivan, she returned with her song Lost Ones. It's definitely a chiller vibe, kind of reflective and somber, but it's very appropriate for how 2020 has been. So I've enjoyed that. Bryson Tiller and SZA, they've also returned, dropping new music. So I'm just excited to see R&B singers returning, because R&B's been kind of on the back burner for a while. It's really good to see R&B artists making a return, dropping new music. I always love that because R&B is undoubtedly my favorite genre of music. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what R&B music comes out this fall. Now let's talk about Chloe and Halle's Do It remix. I enjoyed it until we got to the City Girls. Now, Miss Carisha, I don't know what was going on, but it seems like you and the beat weren't on the same page. It sounded like you were doing hopscotch on the beat. I don't really know what was going on. Maybe you had a bad day, but
I don't like that.
And it's funny because then Carisha went on Twitter, and she noticed that people were dragging her for her verse, and she was responding to the people, and then she said, she made it for the TikTokers and the kids. And I thought to myself, well, okay, that makes sense because your verses were definitely giving me remedial pre-KTs. So when she said that, I was like, okay, I can see that. So Miss Carisha, I'ma just need you to do a little bit better. Because literally the song is a whole vibe until we get to your part. And she brings it down a couple notches, I'm not gonna lie. But overall, the song was good. So we can let it slide, so I'm not gonna drag you too hard, but just be one with the beat. I think that's a good place to start. And then this past Monday, we had a versus battle with Monica and Brandy. I watched the entire thing live, and I regret nothing. It was very, very enjoyable. Personally, I'm Team Brandy, but I'm not gonna sleep on Monica. Monica definitely has her hits, and I definitely think it was an evenly matched battle. But just for me, my personal taste, my personal preference, Brandy won because I fuck with her catalog heavier and just her voice. I mean, there's a reason Brandy's called the Vocal Bible. You don't just get that title because Brandy's voice is just so unique and innovative, and the things she's able to do. And even during the live, Brandy was singing harmonies and runs to everyone's song, hers and Monica's. And Monica was just there sitting cute, looking pretty, which is fine, Monica seems like the type of girl who don't sing unless there's a check involved, and I get that, So I wasn't mad, but just for me, Brandy won overall. And it was really dope to see how many people were tuned in. I know Verzuz, they talked about how many streaming records it broke. It was the most watched IG live session. So immediately afterwards, Brandy and Monica saw an increase in their sales and their streams on iTunes and whatnot. So I mean, it was a win all around. It was dope for the culture. The TL was just talking about who has the better this and better that. So it was just a really dope time for just black people and music lovers to just kind of come together. So it was dope. This versus battle had me thinking about versus battles that I would want to see in the future. I have a wish list. It's definitely a long shot. honestly, it's probably never gonna happen. But you know, I can dream. Personally, I think some dope versus battles. One would be Beyonce versus Rihanna. Now, I know a lot of people think there's no one who can go up against Beyonce in a versus battle, and that's correct. But just hear me out. Hear me out. I personally think Rihanna could go toe to toe in terms of hits with Beyonce. Because Beyonce, her catalog goes all the way back. I mean, solo starts in 2003, but if you include her Destiny's Child stuff, I mean, she's been in the industry since '97. So, like, she has hits. You know, 7 as a soloist and 4 with Destiny's Child. So, 11 total. So, I definitely think her and Rihanna could go toe to toe, but that's just my opinion. Another versus battle. Now, unfortunately, it can't happen because one of the people who I would love to see participate has passed. But I would love to see, you know, in a different universe, I would love to see Mariah Carey versus Whitney Houston. Personally, I think those two are the only two who could go up against each other. Like, no one else, in my opinion, could go up against Mariah, and no one else could go up against Whitney. But, you know, that's just a pipe dream of Mariah Carey versus Whitney Houston versus battle. That would be dope to see. Whitney is funny as hell. If she was alive today, I think she would really enjoy how intimate people, like fans are with, you know, with singers now through social media. So I definitely think she would enjoy that. Another versus battle I would like to see. I know it's a long shot. Honestly, it's probably never gonna happen. But Jay-Z versus Kanye. I know they don't fuck with each other no more because, you know, Kanye crazy and whatnot. He off his meds. But, you know, in a different universe, they're still cool. I definitely think a Jay-Z versus Kanye hit battle would slap. Like, that would be dope. And also, too, not just singers, but like producers and songwriters, I think would be a dope versus battle. We've seen some before. I personally think Timbaland and Missy Elliott versus Pharrell and the Neptunes. I personally think that would be a dope battle because Missy and Timbaland, they produce for a bunch of people and, like, they don't miss. And then same with Pharrell and the Neptunes. Like, they just be in their bag. And so, honestly, it would just be a win for the culture because we would all just be, you know, jamming and vibing to their hits. So I definitely think that would be a dope versus battle. In the spirit of 90s, I definitely think a TLC versus Destiny's Child hits battle would be dope. In my opinion, they're like, when you say girl groups, I just think of those two. Like, TLC and Destiny's Child are like the epitome of girl group excellence. So I would love to see that. And also, too, Mary J. Blige versus Toni Braxton. I personally think that would be a very interesting battle to see because they both have hits. And I saw someone suggestion on Twitter, and I thought about it. And, like, they had a, you know, list of songs that each would do. And I didn't realize how many Toni Braxton songs I knew. So I was like, dang. I mean, Toni a legend. We been knew. And so is Mary. So I definitely think that would be a dope battle to witness. I'm interested to hear what y'all think. What versus battles would y'all like to see? You can, you know, comment down below. But, yeah, that's all I got for now. Just a short, quick little video. Something uplifting because we definitely needed it. So, yeah, definitely comment below. Tell me what versus battles you would like to see. Give it a thumbs up. You know, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all later.